For decades, one name has been the absolute gold standard in animation. Pixar. Their movies, they take years to create and cost a fortune. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. But what if you could get that same level of cinematic magic, that same storytelling power, but do it in a matter of weeks, and for just a tiny fraction of the cost? Well, today, we're diving into a new kind of company that says it has cracked the code, and they're using AI to build what they hope will be the next great animation studio.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll unpack this huge billion-dollar problem that's at the very heart of Hollywood animation. Then, we're going to meet the new challenger, AI Wonder Studios, and get into the real nuts and bolts of their fast content engine. We'll also see how they're actually proving that it works. And finally, we'll look at their really ambitious plan to build a completely new kind of studio from the ground up.
So let's just set the stage here for a second. The kind of animation that we all love, the stuff that wins awards and captures our imagination, the Pixars, the Disneys of the world, is up against this massive wall. It's a huge problem, really. A problem of scale, of time, and of, just a whole lot of money.
I mean, it's a fair question, right? Anyone who's ever sat there impatiently waiting for a sequel to their favorite animated movie has probably wondered this. The thing is, creating these incredibly rich, detailed worlds has always required gigantic teams of artists, animators, and technicians all working for years. And all that time and all those people, well, that's what sends the budget skyrocketing into the hundreds of millions.
And this, right here, is where the whole game starts to change. The old way, the legacy model, it's a really slow, super expensive process. But on the other side, you've got the promise of AI, the ability to launch that same project in just a few weeks for a sliver of the price. This is the big challenge that a whole new wave of studios is trying to solve.
And let's be clear, we are not talking about some small, niche market here. The global animation industry is a massive $400 billion space. So any technology that can totally shake up the economics of how this content gets made, well, that's not just a small tremor, that's a potential earthquake.
Okay, so who's positioning themselves to be the leader in this new era? Let me introduce you to AI Wonder Studios. They're not just trying to get a piece of the pie, they're trying to rewrite the entire recipe. So, who exactly are they? Well, AI Wonder Studios calls itself a creative technology studio, and the key phrase is right there in their definition, fusing human imagination with machine intelligence. See, their pitch isn't about replacing artists, it's about empowering them, using AI to tell these amazing, cinematic stories at a speed that was pretty much unimaginable before now.
And you gotta love this. This is their tagline. Incredibly bold, right? It's a direct challenge to the king of the hill, and it perfectly sums up their entire mission. Break the old rules of time and money to make high-quality storytelling accessible.
So the big question is, how do they actually plan to do it? Let's get into the proprietary tech that's powering this whole vision.
The AI Wonder Engine. This is their secret sauce. Think of it as an all-in-one system designed to handle the entire creative pipeline, from that first little spark of an idea all the way to the final rendered frame. By bringing all these traditionally separate steps, writing, storyboarding, animating, into one place, they can just get rid of all the bottlenecks that slow traditional studios way down.
And here's a look at how that workflow actually plays out. It kicks off with concept ideation, moves into AI-assisted script writing, but the real game changer, honestly, is step 3, rapid visualization and iteration. I mean, just imagine being able to visualize a scene almost instantly, tweak the lighting, change a character's look, and see the results in minutes instead of days. From there, the engine can spit out content for any format you need, a movie, a social media clip, a video game asset, all from the same core project.
Okay, this number it's just staggering. A 99% reduction in production cost. It sounds almost made up, but this is their central claim. Huge, massive savings without sacrificing quality. That's really the only way their whole Pixar quality promise can even work.
And that incredible cost saving goes hand in hand with incredible speed. Squeezing a multi-year process down into just a few weeks changes literally everything. It means you can take more creative risks, you can react faster to what audiences want, and you can just produce a way higher volume of content. It totally flips the creative equation on its head.
So look, this all sounds fantastic in theory, but here's the million-dollar question. Can it actually work? Can this technology produce content that people genuinely love and that critics actually respect?
Well, their first big test was an animated short story they made called Delightful Droid.
This was their proof of concept, a project specifically designed to show the world that their AI Wonder Engine could deliver on that promise of true cinematic quality.
And you know what? It wasn't just a proof of concept. It was a huge success. Delightful Droid actually won the grand prize at the Silicon Beach Film Festival. And according to the studio, it has won more international awards than any other AI-native studio out there. So this isn't just about cool tech. This is about critical acclaim. And that's what makes their whole model the real deal. So building on that win, they're not just thinking about single movies anymore, they're thinking about huge, sprawling franchises. And to do it, they're using a proven, incredibly powerful playbook.
Just look at this list. Toy Story, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Paw Patrol. What do they all have in common, besides being absolute juggernauts? They're all built around a core group of characters. Over and over again, this formula has proven to be the secret recipe for multi-billion-dollar global franchises.
And so, AI Wonder Studios is applying this exact same formula. They're developing a family adventure called Guardians of the Garden and a horror thriller called The Invisible Reflection. Both are being built from the ground up as 4 character properties, totally designed for massive expansion right from day one.
Okay, so let's shift gears and look at how this all fits into their business strategy. Because it's not just about what they're creating, but how they plan to make money doing it.
This part is really smart. They've basically got 2 revenue engines running at the same time. On one side, they build and own their own intellectual property, their original franchises. And on the other, AI Wonder Engine out as a service, becoming a creative tool for other authors, brands,
And for their own IP, they're thinking 360 degrees right from the beginning. Each franchise isn't just a movie or a TV show, it's a whole ecosystem. It's designed to bring in revenue from distribution, from merchandise, from mobile games, music, and even education.
And the end game here is crystal clear. Build something so valuable with both a proven fast content engine and globally recognized IP that one of the huge titans of tech or entertainment, like a Disney or a Netflix, sees them as a must-have acquisition. It's basically the Pixar playbook, but updated for the age of AI.
Which leaves us with this final, really important question. With technology that promises Pixar quality without the Pixar cost, are we watching a fundamental shift happen in real time? This might be more than just a new studio on the block. It could be the blueprint for the entire future of animation.